Some of the most crucial transformations of Ascension happen while you are sleeping. I'm Sarah Hall, and I am an angel channeler teaching about spiritual growth and awakening with the help of the angels' wise and loving perspective. Tune in with me and get ready to receive divine guidance on what happens spiritually to accelerate your ascension during your sleep. Ascension is a process of spiritual blossoming in which we awaken to who and what we are in divine truth, unlimited divine expressions of the spiritual source of all. Throughout that process of awakening, we go through cycles of healing and transformation that occur at each level of being, body, mind, and spirit. Transformation takes a lot of energy. It requires destroying and releasing what was and integrating or birthing what is new. Rest and sleep are vital to this process of transformation because it is while you are at rest that your body, mind, and spirit are free to use all of your presence and life force energy towards healing, renewal, learning, and growth, as opposed to when you're awake and a large portion of your energy is being used towards your everyday conscious functions. Let's explore this deeper by going over the top 3 things that happen spiritually in support of your ascension process while you're asleep. Number 1, spiritual transformation. According to the angels, when we are asleep, our spirits blossom open to receive energy from the spirit realm so that we may reconnect with our divine source and origins. From our angels' perspective, we appear more open when we are sleeping because the veil that seemingly separates our consciousness from the spirit world is lifted. When we're sleeping, our waking conscious mind is not active with its usual thoughts and distractions. So our consciousness returns to a state of surrender and harmony with the divine stream of universal consciousness. This state of surrender makes us highly accessible to the flow of source energy and its higher partials of consciousness, and that includes being highly accessible to our angels and their guiding support through our spiritual growth and ascension process. Now, one of the stages of ascension is receiving spiritual energy upgrades, and what happens during a spiritual energy upgrade is this: divine energy, whose essence is love and love's intelligence, and whose composition is light, sound, and geometric structure, flows into our being to unite with and upgrade our consciousness. The core essence of all consciousness is love. That which we call love is the divine spark and beating heart of consciousness, and we value love because the deepest parts of us recognize it as our vital source and essence. The highest forms of consciousness in the universe include love in its highest, most aware, intelligent, and powerful forms. The new waves of spiritual energy that we receive during the ascension process are imbued with these higher partials of love's consciousness. During our sleep, we absorb that energy like a sponge. And so at a vibrational level, our consciousness is literally expanding and learning to inhabit or anchor into these higher octaves of conscious vibration. Now, in order for our spiritual energy bodies to become a match or home to that higher consciousness, they must undergo a transformation. This is where our spiritual guides, including our angels, will often step in to perform energy healing and entrainment on us during our sleep. Since spiritual energy's composition includes things like light, sound, and geometry, our angels and guides are often constructing beautiful geometric structures around our light bodies while we sleep, helping us to integrate the beautiful harmonic sounds and colorful celestial light associated with that new consciousness. Some common signs of this happening can include hearing beautiful music during your sleep, which can often sound otherworldly or complex and symphonic. That music will often invoke powerful feelings in your emotional being that may give you a sense of hope, love, or inspiration. Another common sign of this is feeling drawn to geometric shapes during your waking life. You may feel blissfully uplifted or deeply interested in sacred geometric symbols because those geometric structures are supporting you in holding the new consciousness. You might also have memories of seeing or feeling beautiful colors during your sleep. You may feel drawn to certain colors during your waking hours and want to surround yourself with those colors in your clothing or environment because those colors are all imbued with vibrations that you're actively uplifting or learning during your sleep as you ascend. And lastly, a common sign of this spiritual level of transformation during your sleep is remembering vivid dreams in which you are meeting with angels and spirit guides in the spirit world. A common universal theme of these dreams is that you are in spiritual school or being otherwise trained by spiritual beings as you sleep. If you're having these dreams, then know that you're not only upgrading energetically, but also doing important work to learn about this new energy during your sleep time too. This leads us to the next big thing that happens for your ascension process while you're asleep. Number 2, mental reprogramming. Another major stage of ascension is mental level healing. In order to awaken to higher levels of love's consciousness, we must heal or release anything within us that contradicts or blocks out love. This means that if we're holding on to limiting beliefs or mental patterns, then we have to heal, release, and reprogram those in order to receive love's higher consciousness. So what happens is this: as you touch into higher spiritual energy, that energy creates friction within anything inside of you that wants to resist it or block it out. We then become aware in some way of whatever it is within us that needs to transform or heal in order for us to fully unite with love's consciousness. During our sleep, our subconscious mind is able to undergo deep surgical healing. For example, if we are attached to a deep fear that is preventing us from awakening fully to love, then during our sleep, our mind will often work on that fear. We'll often face that fear in our dream time so that we can become more aware of it and find a way to resolve it. This is where very strong and sometimes even disturbing dreams can make their way into our ascension process. Usually the dreams that we remember aren't literal interpretations of reality, but rather a symbolic means for us to face our fears, wounds, or limits and come to understand them better so that we can make progress in healing them. If you wake up feeling emotionally exhausted, or as if you've been doing very hard work during your sleep, then this is a sign that you're undergoing mental healing and reprogramming during your sleep. But know this: what you do at the conscious level of your mind is crucial to what kind of progress you might make towards this mental reprogramming in your sleep. In other words, we are most empowered to make a mental change when we become fully conscious of what we need to mentally heal and then make deliberate, conscious choices to shift our perspective, thought patterns, or beliefs. So, when you become aware of something that needs your healing during the ascension process, work through it while you're awake. Engage in self-inquiry practices to understand the issue at the deepest level. Deepen your self-awareness with self-compassion and kindness, and offer loving forgiveness to anything that needs to be released or transformed. Then set powerful healing intentions before you fall asleep. For example, you can call upon your angels as you're getting ready to sleep and ask them to help you face and heal any fears or mental blocks you're dealing with. You can also affirm your healing at bedtime with affirmations such as, "I forgive and release my fears with love," or "I am an unlimited being of love. I surrender to love's highest divine will and wisdom now." These powerful statements will be what your consciousness marinates in while you're sleeping, drawing divine help to you so that you can program those things into your mind, spirit, and quantum reality during your sleep time. You'll know that this has worked when you wake up feeling mentally refreshed and as if you have had a brand new attitude, perspective, or understanding download about your life. This brings us to the next major thing that happens for your ascension during your sleep. Number 3, physical integration. Your physical body undergoes huge upgrades at a DNA and cellular level as you ascend spiritually. What happens to the spirit happens to the mind and happens to the body, and vice versa. In other words, throughout your human lifetime, your body is inseparable from this spiritual journey that you are on. Your physical body is one of your greatest teachers, companions, and support systems for your spiritual awakening and growth, meaning that all of the big challenges or lessons your body offers you are a part of this path of awakening. To understand this, let's take a moment to explore what is happening physically during your spiritual ascension journey. As you integrate new spiritual light and consciousness, and as you heal and transform mentally, your body is responding. Your cells are learning to hold the new spiritual light and energy so that you can anchor this consciousness into your waking physical life, and your DNA is upgrading to incorporate the information encoded within that spiritual energy. As a quick side note, your DNA is actually already programmed with all the spiritual intelligence in the universe, and it's really that the spiritual energy you receive is activating the information you have stored within your DNA. That is a whole other topic, which we'll get into in another video. But for now, we simply need to understand that our body is changing in order to become a better container or vessel for the new consciousness, which is empowering us to ground it into our lives and apply it to the earthly human experience. In order for our bodies to achieve this, our bodies will often go on a journey to purge out physical or mental toxins or heal underlying health issues. Remember, consciousness isn't just stored in your brain. It is held within all of your tissues, and the nervous system especially is full of stored spiritual and mental information. During your sleep, your body is able to go into powerful detox, healing, and growth mode. This is especially supported when we clean up our diets, increase our intake of purified water, and honor our body's healing needs through strengthening and therapeutic physical body movement. Basically, all of the physical transformations associated with ascension are joining up with the ordinary healing and detox maintenance that your body undergoes every time you sleep. If you're in a phase where your body, mind, or spirit are healing or transforming something very big or pivotal, you're going to feel the need for more sleep. Listen to that need and honor it. I can guarantee you that when you support yourself with the sleep you need, so many of the challenging symptoms that can come up with ascension will be alleviated, and you'll feel much stronger, healthier, and more vibrant. Once you get the amount and quality of sleep that your whole being is asking for throughout the ascension process, you'll feel the profound effects. Lately, I've been sleeping 9 to 10 hours every night and feeling so good when I wake up. After one long night of sleep, I went outside for a walk, and when I passed by the big pine trees, I could feel their bright, surging life force shooting up through the trunks into the sky and into the soil. That's just one example of how spiritual awareness can deepen and strengthen based on the spiritual work you're doing during your sleep hours. So treat your sleep like it's sacred. If you have challenges sleeping, try changing up your evening routine to incorporate more calm. Bring in restful healing activities to your daily routine that will activate your parasympathetic nervous system, such as gentle, restful yoga, deep breathing, and detoxifying from too much sensory stimulation. You can also ask your angels to send you guidance on whether any dietary or health changes may be needed in order to support better sleep. Your angels answer every single request without exception and always find a way to help you recognize their answers. To help you get the most beneficial results for your ascension during your sleep, I created a guided sleep meditation for ascension linked for you below. It includes healing frequencies for supporting deep, restful sleep and guided angel healing work. Check it out, and if it feels good, you can put it on every night before you fall asleep and let me know your results in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this video and for liking, commenting, subscribing, and hitting the notification bell. It is my honor to be connected with you. If you'd like to work with me and learn to channel the angels on your ascension path, then you can click the link I left for you below to learn more about my Angelic Ascension program. I hope you have a beautiful day ahead and a restful night of sleep. And know until next time that you are so loved and so very blessed. Bye!